Greetings, greetings, greetings. I hope you're doing great wherever you are, whenever you are watching this video. As always, you know what to do if you're new to the channel. Click that subscribe button, drop a like, drop a comment. You know the interaction helps out the channel. Also, feel free to share the video with a friend. It's Driver's Corner. Sorry, pardon me. It's Driver's Corner, also known as the Night Train. Just checking in, see who we got on the stream tonight. This tonight will not be a 2 hour stream like we had last night. I know YouTube is sending out the notifications right now. Hopefully we will have a nice chat tonight. So we're seeing if you are seeing me correctly and you are on the live stream, type 1 in chat. Last night, the first section of the live stream was a bit blurry. And I didn't know why the live stream was blurry. So if you are seeing me nice and clear and you are hearing me, just type 1 in the chat. And I would know that we're good to go. If not, I might have to check connection issues. The Mario X1. So it's good. We're good to go. Okay. All right, Gilbert, what's up? I know you were with us last night for quite some time. We had quite the conversation. And I also know YouTube is still sending out the notification. So I'm good. Okay. Your boy need a shave though, you know. The trucking life out here, it's not a beauty contest. So sometimes we take a little bit longer before I go grab me a shave, or if I have a clipper, I'll line it up myself. But interestingly, I was shaving my beard the other day, and the clipper went up, and this is what happened. I ended up balding my head, so now I'm bald. I had to let it go at some point, right? How is everyone doing? How was your day? How was the weather where you are? It's Driver's Corner, let me know. But I want to touch on the topic of never get complacent. During training, even when you get your truck, it is very easy for us to develop some habits. Let's just say it, some bad habits, the further we go along in our trucking career. And I was talking with a more experienced driver today, and he was saying, did you know that a lot of drivers, the first 2 years into their career, think like they know it all? And you will see that oh, we're off. Sorry, check. I think I just lost some connection. Can you hear me? I think the battery on my headset died. Screw it. Let me know if you can hear me still. Comment yes in chat. I'm good. Let me see here. Okay, good. Yeah. A lot of drivers, the first 2 years into their career, by the time it hits around the second year, we feel so confident now. The backing is no longer a problem. Going to shippers and receivers, managing your clock is no longer a problem. So it's very easy to get complacent. So now you start to take more risk when, as your first month or two in your trucking career, you're normally a little bit more cautious. Older drivers will tell you they have seen so much, which is why they are extra careful. And I find that drivers within their first year or their second year, they get complacent. Now you got them driving down the road, especially if you drive for a company that doesn't have a driver-facing camera. They got 1 foot on the dash. They got one hand combing the beard. Some of them have one hand with the cell phone operating a semi-truck and trailer. One hand with the cell phone while driving, and that can be very dangerous. So we can't get complacent. And even if you're in training, I was down there in East Dubuque the other day, and I had the opportunity to watch some of the guys in training. And very interestingly, one of the instructors asked the students, hey, you want to practice some extra, you want to practice some extra parallel parking later? And he's like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, no, you're not good. Take the initiative. Use the extra opportunity to get more backing practice if you can. And then he's like, yeah, you know what? More is better. So sometimes you get confident, you get lacking, and then complacency starts to kick in. And next thing you know, too, when you're in training, this is when you go to test out to get your CDL and you fail. Ever happened to anyone in the comment? I will read some comments real quick. But you wonder, I was doing so good in training, but when I get to do the CDL test, I fail. Well, it's complacency sometimes, you know. And also when you get your truck, nothing changed. Don't start to skip doing your pre-trip. You get so confident in your driving, you don't even want to do trip planning anymore. Trip planning is very, very important, especially in the wintertime. I always stress the fact that you need to check the weather where you are, check the weather where you are going, also check the weather along the routes. Don't just get up, do your pre-trip, which is good. Don't just get up, do your pre-trip and drive. Next thing you know, that's when you run into some adverse weather conditions out there. I am praying for the people in, I think it's Buffalo, New York. If there's any New Yorkers in the house, let me know. I think New York got hit with a devastating record-breaking winter storm. They're calling it winter storm of the century. Up to about 50 persons has lost their lives. Boy, a little bit shiny tonight. That's never good. That's never good. So trip planning can help to minimize and avoid those situations. Also, the way how trip planning helps you to, it might be snowing in a little spot for 10 minutes or so. And once you get out of that area, it's clear skies, clears roads up the road. But let's not get complacent. So let me get to the chat. I'm going to read some comments real quick. Skylar says hi. Hi, Skylar. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Okay. We got the mayor of Detroit. Oh, the mayor of Detroit is here. Hey, we got the mayor of Detroit here. So we're going to get hooked up with some perks or something. I don't know. Maybe the key to the city. The key to the city for Critty. That's a good one. That's a good one. Like that name. I got family up there. Anyone? I saw someone said they're in East Dubuque right now. You're in Iowa. Damario X, are you in training? Or you just reside in Iowa? Very interesting. Okay, that's what's up. What side of Detroit? I see everyone getting and I love how the community, everybody, chat with each other and stuff like that. It's like a family over here. That's what I really like. Southfield, Detroit in the house. The Clear Gods. I don't know Detroit that much. I know I've been to Detroit, I think 2 times. Don't go to New York. Yep, I hear New York got hit pretty bad with that winter storm. The mayor of Detroit said, "How about some Lions ticket?" Hey, I'll take some. The Lions are not. Sorry. The Lions are not looking like the Lions of old. They're looking pretty good this year now. I mean, my Green Bay Packers are not really doing great either. So we got Aaron Rodgers. We're hanging in there trying to make the playoffs. Yeah, we need the key to the city. The Mario X said, "I'm going to Waterloo, Iowa." What company do you drive for? Do you drive for Hirschbach or? You drive for another company? And as always, I always drop a link for the live stream in chat. So feel free to hop on, share your experience so far. If you have a question, if I can answer it, I always try to give it my best. If I don't have the answers, I either go seek the answers or I point you in the direction where you can get help. So, but just grab me some dinner. Decided to get on the live stream and chat with the fam tonight. Also, today the weather was a little bit better than what we have been getting the past 2 weeks up here in Minnesota. I know New York got hit pretty bad. So we got a question here. Should I go to a mega carrier when I retire from my job in 2 years? Well, if you're going to go get your CDL, I always recommend going to a mega carrier. And that's just me. Yes, you might be bound into a contract by most of these mega carriers. The reason why, even if you get the CDL and you leave that company, the money that you're going to pay the company is the same money that the CDL schools are asking you for. When you're at the mega carrier, at least you're getting the opportunity to get hands-on training, real-life trucker experiences. Because what they do is you have the training that's on property when you get your CDL, and then you have the training that when you're out with a trainer. This is where you get a chance to sleep at various different truck stops. You'll be making stop at the rest area. Who knows? Sometimes you might have to shut it down at a shipper or a receiver. These things happen. And it's good to get that experience. So I would say go to a mega carrier. Here at Hirschbach, they have a program where after you get your CDL and you're finished with training, you can team drive with someone for 13 weeks. And after that 13 weeks, you don't owe the company anything for the CDL school. So I think that's one of the best in the industry, in my opinion. But then again, I could be biased because I'm Hirschbach. Look, a lot of the other mega carriers, they want 1 year. Some of them is 1.5. So that's my answer to that. Hope that helps. Oh, so you already got your CDL. Okay. Well, it all depends on the amount of experience that you have. And it has to be recent experience because a lot of companies, they want you to have at least 6 months verified tractor trailer experience and stuff like that. If you have anything less than that, you might have to still go through their training process. They might not make you do too much like a new driver who doesn't have a CDL, but it all depends. Tony E, what's up, my brother? Respect, man. Welcome. How was your day? How is it going? Happy to have you. Okay, yep. I just saw that he already has his CDL, so that's good. That's good. And when you get your CDL and you have your experience, I mean, you just call around, do your own research. I always advise people, don't just watch YouTube and listen to other drivers' experience. Call for yourself 2, 3, even 4 companies and looking to their policies, looking to where their terminals are, looking to what their cent per mile is. Look at all that stuff and then make your decision. You know what I mean? Tony said, all is well. How are you? I'm doing okay. Nice weather. I did not get a load today, which is good. I had the opportunity to try to relax and unwind a little bit. And that helps your mental health in trucking because a lot of times you're just running. You get parked, you grab a shower, grab something to eat, Before you know it, you're in the bunk trying to get some rest. So was pretty much a good day. With the warm weather, the ice on the road is starting to melt and stuff like that. So let's do a state check. Everybody comment in chat which state you are from or which state you are at right now. Represent. I am definitely Wisconsin all day, every day. But it's good to have everyone here in the chat. We got Southfield. Southfield is in Detroit. Okay. But yeah, I want to get back to the topic of complacency. A lot of times, you know, as I was saying earlier, early in our trucking career, we get very complacent and we start lacking and slacking off. Especially what I notice when I'm training students, the first week, it's a bit uptight. They're listening, very attentive. The second week, things start to loosen up a little bit more. Now you're learning about the right space, lane changing, you know what I mean? Watching your speed and stuff like that. So you start to loosen up a little bit. And then the third week is where I realize people usually get a little bit comfortable where now I have to be like, hey, just so you remember, we went over this 1, 2, 3 times. Now you start forget to go off duty. You just, you know, there's just some little things that, you know, and when you get your own truck, it's very easy to pick up some bad habits. One of them is just eating and just go lay down in the back of the truck, in the sleeper. I always try to eat a little bit early where I can go for a walk. If it's too cold outside, I go inside the truck stop, walk around a little bit, you know, get some steps in. If I have the opportunity to go to an Anytime Fitness, oh, you know, I'm going in for sure to knock out an hour or two, if possible. But complacency. So we got Kansas, Rika in the house. What's up? Wagwan, Wagwan. Big up from Illinois. We got Kansas. Sean is in the house. He is Jamaican. He always check into the live stream. Hey, and I also want to thank everybody for the support. And I just want to use this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Well, Christmas is behind us, but all the best going forward into 2023. Just want to thank you for the continued support. I humbly appreciate it. Born and raised in Chi-Town, but living in Orlando the last 10 years. I bet you don't miss that weather in Chicago, the Windy City. Kentucky, in Iowa right now. Well, go on, jump in to give you a hi and say hi. Big up, respect, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yeah. Hope you all made it home for the holidays. If not, let's try to do that for the New Year's. Also, I find working on holidays in trucking, something just always gets messed up. I always try to avoid it if possible. It's either you get a late load where you have to do some night driving, or you go to a shipper or a receiver and they're not open or short staff, you know. Man, it's always something when you work on a holiday. So I got the Christmas off, and I think I should be working on New Year's. We got a question from Damario X. Is load scarce over there? You know what? That's a good question. I would say it's kind of a little bit. I'm on a dedicated account, and when I just got on this account, I noticed 7 days a week I get a load. I'm running for the better part of about the past 2 to 3 weeks. There was one day during the week where you don't get a load, or There was a week where 2 days in that week I didn't get a load. But the good thing with Hirschbach dedicated accounts is they have guaranteed minimum pay. So even if you're not running as much, you know what your base pay guaranteed minimum is, as long as you are available for work for at least 6 days out of the 7-day work week. Check your email when you get a break. Okay, Gilbert, I definitely will. I got you. But that was a good comment. Anybody working for any other carrier, any other company? What are things like on your side? Are loads getting scarce where you are? Or your company keeps you running? Are things still busy? Do you have a guaranteed minimum for the company that you drive for? I was having this conversation last night about rail transportation. Good company. I like their policies. They also have a Get Your CDL program, which I think is a pretty decent setup. But when it comes to the dedicated accounts over there, they do not offer a guarantee salary. So you know what you're gonna get if you have a slow week, like we're saying right now. Let's say your truck is down, you have a mechanical problem or something like that. So that was a good question, Mario. Keep the questions coming. Sean, how are things going for you where you are at? Abilene, I hope I didn't kill that name. Abilene Motor Express, Beacon Transport. Okay. Oh, so this is the new company that you are with, Sean, that gets you home every weekend, right? Beacon Transport. Have I ever heard of that one? I think so. I don't know where that company run out of. But no other Hirschbach driver, anyone in training at East Dubuque in the house? Green trucks, says Sean. I have a Volvo VNL. Okay. I've heard about those Volvos that they're very spacious. Lots of space. Oh, I heard like, oh, sometimes you're at the truck stop and you hear boom. You just have to take a peek outside because you never know. Uh, I think it was earlier this week I saw a guy smash the front of someone's truck, and it's funny because he did not get out and look not once while he was backing up. Um, and that's the thing with when you see the same thing about getting complacent in trucking. That's another habit where you set up, and 9 out of 10 times after a year or two in the industry, you should be confident to know you can get it in the spot. But sometimes if you're not sure, get out and look. It doesn't hurt. It also helps to calm the nerves. We were talking about small Russian companies yesterday. Yeah. So that's one of them. That's a small Russian company. Well, we got another Volvo in the house. Black Volvo 760. Do you guys have a lot of mechanical issues with the Volvos? I've been driving my 2022 Freightliner a little bit over a year. And the only thing I have done major is I had to change the clutch. But other than that, knock on steering wheel, it keeps me running. So we got a Hirschbach driver in the house. Skylar said, I'm new to driving for Hirschbach, but you've been an inspector for 2 years with Hirschbach. Okay. So you've been with the company for quite some time. Inspector, yes. So they have, I would imagine that would be a CDL inspector. Sorry, a CDL. Oh yeah, inspector. Now I get it. Did you mean instructor, Skylar? No, inspector. There we go. My job was to make sure the trailer and the trucks were DOT legal. So what happened? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Driving for Hirschbach, trucks, trailer. I would say the trailers, the most problem I have with the trailers is occasionally you'll pick up a trailer and you're going to see this while driving, Skylar. The ABS light will come on the dashboard saying that signaling that something might be wrong with the trailer brake. In the warmer times, like in the summer times, I might chance it a little bit as long as I don't have any swinging going on with the trailer, or once I hit my brake, I don't get any weird feel. But in the winter time, I do not chance the ABS light when it comes on for trailers or the truck. Just recently, I had to pull over. I was traveling from North Dakota to Minnesota. Trailer started swinging once I touch on the brake, and I'm like, that's not a normal swing. Something is wrong. And I had to pull over. The ABS light came on for the trailer also, and we noticed that there was a lot of ice frozen on the brakes of the trailer. It was blocking the brake sensors and stuff. So, but yep, inspector, Skylar, we got you. I used to be at Monmouth location. Okay. I've been down there driving for Hirschbach. I think there is a Tyson plant or a Smithfield plant right next to that terminal down there. Or well, it's not really. I would more call it like a drop yard or stuff like that, right, Skylar? Sean says the company I'm with was purchased by Knight/Swift. Okay. Okay. So you're basically a Swift driver, Sean. Swift drivers get a lot of sticks. Smithfield, there we go. There we go. Well, welcome to the driving side. If you ever have any questions, I also drop my email underneath some of my videos. Let me also drop it in chat. Feel free if you have any question, drop a comment under one of the videos, or Sean was talking last night about Smithfield and Tyson, those meat plants. He said, I dread Smithfield and Tyson. Man, the smell when you get to these meat plants will make you a vegetarian, or it will also make you a vegan. Yeah, sometimes you can smell the plants miles away. And if you ever have to shut down at the plant for the night, the morning when you get up and you're leaving, you got to wind your windows down just to get that smell out of there. Also, no one has commented. Am I a little bit clearer tonight? Can you see me more? Can you see the beard coming along? Because I think I have a new lighting in the truck. Courtesy of my beautiful wife. She got me a light for my live stream. I don't know what I'll do without her. I remember I had some Jamaican food prior to arriving at Smithfield. You probably throw up, honestly. I remember, I'll give you a story. There is a place called High Life. It's in Windham, Minnesota. We normally pull pork out of that location. Pull pork, come on, that's a good one. But we normally pull pork out of that location. So I would normally see when those trucks come in with the pigs going to the slaughterhouse, and you could hear the pigs. It's like it's almost like they know what's about to happen. I remember one of the pig fell out flat, and the guys, they just use like a tractor, a front end loader, and just pick him up and throw him back into the thing. And I remembered, I was like, but I still eat bacon, you know. I don't know. But yeah, those meat plants, man, they will get you. Krista got some bacon signs. Yep. There we go. So anyone on any OTR or dedicated accounts? I think Sean is dedicated home every weekend, right? Let's see. But that same account I was telling you about before, that High Life account, I used to be home every weekend, and now this account that I am on, which is called AWG, Associated Wholesale and Groceries, their home time is every other weekend, which has been quite the adjustment, I must say. One of the main reasons why I left Prime Inc. to join Hirschbach was to be on a dedicated account, be home more often. So I was very excited going home every weekend. And you do find being on the dedicated accounts that the weekends come very fast. But every other weekend, I think it's starting to be quite a stretch. So I got to talk to Hirschbach about that. Yes, sir. Regional home every weekend, said Sean. Okay, that's good. That's what's up. Also, I don't knock OTR. I think being an OTR driver gives you an opportunity to see the country, which is beautiful. I miss the days of spending one day in California, the next day, I'm dropping off a load in Massachusetts. One day I'm down in Florida, the next day, I'm in New Mexico. I'm up in Nevada. I got the opportunity to see most of the country, and also that is what has helped me in my truck driving career as well, because I think it's Flagstaff, Arizona. You have those grades going downhill. When you're going down into Tennessee, some grades down there, man. I miss OTR a little bit sometimes, but I must say, being in the Midwest on a dedicated account, it is a lot more manageable, you know. So we have 12 people in the house tonight. Also, feel free to click that like button if you are new to the channel. Don't forget to click subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and we will get there. And thank you all so much who already have subscribed. Got a question from Tony. That account you're on, is that the one where you hand unload a few pallets to a customer? Good question. Yes, it is. However, I haven't hand unload, because most of the times when I get to the customer, they have their people unload the trucks, and they're pretty fast at doing it. But what happens on this account is you might get a trailer with multiple stops. So you might have to stop at 2, sometimes 3 stores to drop the load off, and that can be a bit challenging. Sometimes it's just a relay where I'm running from St. Cloud, Minnesota with a load. I take the trailer to Jamestown, North Dakota. I drop that load off. I take the driver's empty trailer and I bring that back to St. Cloud, Minnesota. So that's how this account is. And it's a pretty easy job. Sometimes it gets boring, honestly, because I'm just going from Minnesota to North Dakota to Minnesota. When I train students, though, I think it helps students a lot, because what you get the opportunity to do, you're on I-94 most of the time. So you're practicing your lane control. When you get to the shipper or the receiver, that's when you do the backing in the docks and stuff like that. Plus, you get your drive time, because from here in St. Cloud to North Dakota, it's about 280 miles. So round trip, you're looking at over 500 miles for the day. So, you know, if you count your half an hour break in between and stuff like that, you should be getting your hours in. So that's nice. Good question. We got a question from Sean. What's the longest you've been at Smithfield or Tyson? Tyson, I haven't had any oh no, there's a Tyson plant in New London, Wisconsin. I went there to live load once, and I think it took about 4 to 5 hours. But most of the times when I'm going to a Smithfield or a Tyson plant, it's normally a drop and hook. Occasionally the load might be a little bit behind, but most of the time it's drop and hooks. How about you or anyone else in the chat? What is the longest time you have spent at a shipper to get a load or a receiver to drop off a load? And sometimes I wonder, what the heck are they taking out of this trailer so long? Tony said, that's the one thing that is hiring in my area. Yep. Pardon me. And sometimes you can get on this account and get going. And occasionally you can get on the Hirschbach app and you could ask them, hey, can I get on another account if a position becomes open or available? Because they will show you in the Hirschbach app the dedicated accounts that they have openings for. 6 hours waiting from Tony, 24 hours from Sean. I had someone on the other night that said they were at a shipper, I think 48 hours. Most of the times when you have to stay that long, you find that it's either they're waiting on some form of product to complete the load, which can be really, really, really scary. I spent 24 hours at a shipper in Arizona once, and that was the issue. But I was with Prime Inc., and they paid me for layover pay. So layover pay is different from detention pay. Detention pay is what you get paid after being at a shipper or a receiver for 2 hours. But you have to make the appointment on time. If you are late, then it disqualifies you from getting that. Layover pay now is when you're there overnight. So the Mario X 24 hours. Man, these shippers and receivers. And also, you know, sometimes the people that works at these shippers and receivers, I really think it's either they wake up on the wrong side of the bed, or they don't like their jobs, or some of them just don't like truck drivers. But you would get up, right? Amped up. You got a nice attitude, get your cup of coffee, you're gonna make this drop, you get to the receiver. Hi, good morning, how are you doing? Can I get your paperwork? Go to dock, open the door, slide your tandems back into that. When you're done, your paperwork will be in the back of your truck. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with you. And sometimes you have to make sure you don't let that ruin the rest of your day, because sometimes you get to the shipper or the receiver, they greet you with foul attitude. And I think as truck drivers, we are not appreciated for the jobs that we do, the sacrifice that we make as truck drivers to keep the economy moving. But the regular person working at a shipper or receiver, they're not thinking about that, I guess. they are some very nice people and some very friendly people. And I mean, of course, you're not there to have a long day conversation, but even a nice greeting, you know, my goodness, you already go to a shipper for a 10 o'clock appointment, and sometimes they take your paperwork, they take your phone number, and they're like, okay, we'll call you when we have a door for you. And even though you're trying to get there for this appointment on time, you're waiting 2 hours, 3 hours before you even get a door assigned. And then when you get into the door, you have another 3 hours or so. So imagine you get there with a full clock. Now you burn 6 hours out of your, well, let's say 14 hours, which is already eating into your 11 hours for your drive time. Sometimes you even run out of time up these shippers and receivers, and it's not your fault. But just wanted to touch on that. We got another question from Skylar. So what would you recommend for long haul? Like, how often me and my team member take breaks? Me and him tend to go from Illinois to North Carolina. Very, very good question. I made a video recently about taking breaks. I personally, for long hauls, I would say 3 to 4 hours, you could take a break. But the thing that happens is the compound effect on your body. When you're driving for 4 or 5 hours without taking a break, eventually your knees start to wear. Eventually your back. You have to protect your body. So I'm the kind of person, it doesn't have to be a 30-minute break. I would drive 2.5, 3 hours, and I will stop, do a 15-minute walk around, push again another 3 hours. That's 6 hours out of the day. Boom, I take my 30-minute break. And then boom, I do another 3 or 4 hours. Boom, 10, you know. So you can break it up. Standard industry time to get loads done is about 55 miles per hour. These trucks are governed at 68 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying, Skylar? So you're already going faster. Unless you're on a tight, hot load, well, there are going to be instances where you have to do what you have to do. So in terms of break, make sure you discuss that with your team member. Also, what's the other one? Okay, still on the break. Also, when you're, because I think you're going to be team driving. So while one person is driving, the other person is sleeping, vice versa, right? You know, try to stop, fuel up, get a Loves card, make sure you have your own fuel card. I mean, your own rewards card. Sorry. So these truck stop, Loves, Pilot, Flying J, TA, Petro, all of them will give you a rewards card. Make sure you have your own rewards card, because if you want to take a shower in between break, you don't have to wake up your team driver to disturb them sleeping. Stuff like that will also help. So, but I would say for break, 3 hours, 4 hours is a good stretch. Anyone want to comment in the comment section? How long do you think you should drive before taking a break? Or let's not say think. How long do you drive without taking a break and you still feel comfortable before you're like, okay, I got to stop now? That's a good question. Got another one here, Mario X. I tried getting on a dedicated account with Hirschbach, but they told me they didn't have any position. Well, first question would be, which one of the dedicated accounts? Because I know right now there's an account called Lactalis. I think they run from Idaho to Buffalo, New York. The guaranteed minimum pay for that account is $1,700, but I think it's mostly team driving. But that's a nice account, and they have openings. Hirschbach also have a new Walmart dedicated account that I think they have openings for as well. Dope Kid, future truck driver. Hey, that's what's up. I enjoy your videos. Thank you. I enjoy trying to bring you content. I'm trying to be more consistent with my live streams. Try to drop one every night. I will drop a video during the day if possible, because a lot of people, they want to know about Hirschbach lease program. They want to know about my experience at Prime Inc. What are my thoughts? If they have any questions. Also, I do a lot of comparison videos to help future truck drivers like yourself who want to do a comparison between, let's say, Hirschbach versus rail transportation, or Hirschbach versus Prime, similarities, differences. So, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Stefan Powell said Brock vibes. What Brock vibes, Stefan Powell? I will tell you. Also, Sting, if there's any Jamaican in the house, the big festival Sting just got done in Jamaica about 2 days ago. A whole lot of mess going on. That show was not the best. I was looking forward to it, but it didn't turn out how I thought it was. I am home, fresh curry goat. There goes Sean talking about food again. I just had some canned chili, but it was good. It's not curry goat, but it was good. It's all right, man. Skylar said, yeah, I'll ask him on that. I think we should be able to do that or something similar for that. My teammate is also my father. Okay. Well, that should even make the conversation a lot easier, especially if that person, if your father has more driving experience. But if someone else is in the situation, I always say, speak up. I had a guy from Africa, Hirschbach fired him the other day. What happened was he had a trainer, and the trainer wanted him to drive 8 hours straight. Because I think what the trainer was trying to tell him is, hey, we drive 8.5 hours for the day, boom, and we shut down. That way we don't have to do a 34-hour reset at the end of the week, which is fine. But you can't tell someone that you want them to drive 8 hours straight. I don't think that's healthy. He had a problem with it. And I told him, I said, speak up, talk to your trainer. Apparently he didn't speak up. Then him and the trainer started having some issues. The trainer told Hirschbach that it's just a long story. A lot of stuff happened. And when the trainer started to complain to Hirschbach about you as a student over and over and over and over and over, and you are not speaking up for yourself, it puts you in the bad light. But you need your break. I always tell students, when you just come into the trucking industry, your knees are fresh, your back is fresh, but I have to help you protect you from yourself. 2 years into your trucking career, you will call me and be like, yo, Critty, thank you. I remember when you used to tell me we need to take a break. I see why now. This happens because the compound effect. Our bodies are not just made to sit in one spot for 8 hours straight consistently. Now, let's say you might get a load that's 250 miles, and you're like, hey, I'm going to knock this out one shot. Yeah, you can do that, but you just don't want to make it, you know what I mean? A practice where you're doing that thing every day. Tony said, I drive 3 hours, get out and walk around, and then you rock and roll. Yeah, 3 hours. You're looking at somewhere between 150, 180 miles. If you're clocking 60 on a straight stretch. Now it's time to get out, walk around a little bit, stretch your knees, stretch your back. And also, very importantly, we have to remember to stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. I know this guy didn't want to drink water because he wondered if he has to stop too often to pee. Man, if you got to stop to take a leak, you got to stop to take a leak. Sean can tell you, we got to protect our kidneys. We got to, overall, you just got to stay hydrated. Now is winter. We have drier weather. Um, if you got to stop to take a leak, how long is it going to take you? You know? Krista says, not trucking, but ride share. Every 3 is nice if possible for a break. So I'm seeing where that 3-hour mark is. Yep. And if I am on a load that I have a lot of time, you have a lot of time on the load. Now, I try to get there as soon as possible because you don't want to be slacking off. But I mean, stop, take your breaks, eat, get something to drink. Also, enjoy your trucking career. You could be at a antique store. Some of these antique stores have truck parking. Um, you know what I mean? So, hey, it's not that crazy where you just have to be running. And the more you get into the trucking industry, you'll realize it as well. But hey, we are 51 minutes in. I'm not going to keep you guys too long tonight. Do we have any more questions? Let's see. Okay. Well, we're going on 9 o'clock, close to an hour on the live stream. Hey, I want to thank you all for rocking with me. I'm not going to keep it too long tonight. Last night we did over 2 hours. Had some very, very interesting conversations. Thank you for rocking with me. Tomorrow night, I'll be on the night train again. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourself. If you're off for the holidays, have a nice time with your family. Enjoy. All the best for the new year. As I always say, I hope you're doing great. Wherever you are, whenever you are watching this video, stay safe and see you soon. Peace.